Hello to all you beautiful people of the internet. Thank you for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. So as you saw from the montage a second ago, I went to Bonnaroo this summer and it was the most amazing experience of my life. Like the best day of my life was like March. It wasn't like spring break of 2016, but now I had the best day of my life the second day of Bonnaroo. So if that tells you anything about how amazing it was. Also, sorry I look a little strange. I figured since I was making a festival video, I'd kind of like get some festival vibes going. So if you're distracted by my appearance, sorry not sorry, but I have fun doing my makeup in the middle of the night. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to talk about my experience and then maybe some tips that I would give you if you were to go to Bonnaroo. So first of all, like I said, it was so amazing. Like, this was the first like festival honestly I'd really been to and anyone in my group had ever been to. Like I went to Van's Warped Tour the summer after my freshman year, but it's like incomparable. Like yes, they're both outside festivals, but like Van's Warped Tour lasted like 8 hours. This lasted like 3 days. Honestly, like four or 5 days of camping. I can't really remember because we camped the night before as well. So this is a pretty intense festival for all of us to just jump into. It was me, Zach, Emily, and Carter. That was my group. And we took Emily's car, and as much as I love her for driving, Emily's car was so small. So next year, hopefully we'll get more people to go and we can have 2 cars so we can like fit all of our gear in. Because we did have to boycott a couple of things or like leave a couple of things at home because we didn't have room in the car for them. But hopefully next year we'll have more room. I would recommend Bonnaroo above not that I've been to any other festivals, but I would really recommend Bonnaroo. Like the people there blew my mind, guys. Like they were insanely nice and kind and open and accepting. Like it was just seeing the people and talking to the people just filled my heart with joy. Like it was so amazing. Like not only just the people like at the festival, but the staff. Like they were very like let's be real. Some people are going to be doing drugs at Bonnaroo, and like the medical tents were like literally they had signs and they said, "We don't judge, like come see us if you have a problem." That just gave me such a sense of security. No matter what was going to happen, no one was going to judge you, no one was going to like, report you or anything. It just made you feel so safe. Our next door neighbors literally, they messaged each other on Twitter and were like, "Hey, do you want to go to this festival together?" Never met each other, never seen each other in real life, and they like just hooked up on Twitter and were like, "Yeah, let's go to this together." And then they did, and they were just like best friends. If that just like gives you an idea of the type of people that it was. I cannot like stress enough how amazing all of the people were. Obviously the bands and the acts were fantastic too. I saw Chance the Rapper, Lord, The Weeknd, Milky Chance, Tevlo. Guys, I touched Tevlo. And apparently she also like flashed the audience, but I guess I was like looking away at that point because I didn't see her tits, but I did. I touched her. This hand, it touched her. I touched Teflo. Let's see, who else did I see? I saw the Strumbellas. We saw Marshmallow, if you know who that is. No, this is funny story real quick. So me and Zach, it's the second night, best night of my life. So we're like walking around just doing our thing, kind of waiting for like other bands to come on or whatever, and then we go to this place and it's called the Oasis, and it's like in the middle of the venue, and it's just this like giant sandbox basically, and they've got like palm trees and beach balls and like volleyball and hammocks. And so me and Zach are wandering around. It's pretty late at night, probably like around 11. This couple hops out of a hammock as we're walking by. So we jump right into that hammock and we're like, "Bad, we got ourselves a hammock!" Like, yes, bitch! Like there were only like 8 hammocks and like 100,000 people. So we were like, this is like me and this is like Zach, and we were like, yes, that was a high five. So I'm in this hammock, and at this point I am beat. I am so tired, and Zach's just going with the flow, just chilling with me, vibing with me. And then all of a sudden, so we're laying there and we're like, I don't know if we can make Flume. I don't know if we can do it. And all of a sudden, this stage, probably like 300 feet away from us, like right in front of us, in front of our hammocks. Like our hammocks are on a hill, and then down the hill is this stage. Just Marshmallow comes on, like this ravey ass, like electronic EDM ass, like dude who was apparently really big. Like I'd never heard of Marshmallow before, but apparently he's really big. And so he just came on and we were like, you know what? We're gonna enjoy this show in our hammock. And it was fantastic. It was so fantastic. So now I'm gonna kind of talk about some tips that I would suggest like because now I'm no longer a first-time Bonnarooer, so if you are a first-time Bonnarooer, these are some tips that I would like suggest to you. First and foremost, invest in a canopy. This is so important. Like, we literally, like, canopies are like $50, and we didn't even think we'd need one. We were like, whatever, we won't spend that much time at the tents anyway, like, it won't be that hot. Bitch, it gets so hot. It gets so hot. At like 8 or 9 in the morning, it's like way too hot to be inside of your tent, which was like our only means of shade. And so get you a canopy to make shade for yourself, and you can get tapestries and hang it on the canopy and just, you can go all out. Definitely do that. Like, we saw them, we thought about it, but we were like, no, we don't need it. Nah, you need it. Like, trust me, like, look me in the eyes, like, you need a canopy. I would also suggest bringing like flannels or thin blankets, because this year, I don't know about like other years, obviously, because this was the only year I went, but like this year, it got cold as shit at night. It got so cold. And so it would go from being like high 90s during the day to like 50s, 60s during the night. And so you would go from like your like ravey, like festival wear, like nothing, like you're in your fucking underwear because it's so hot, to like 50s, 60s. You're going to want to bring like a lightweight something that you don't mind carrying around, but you can also slip on when it gets cold as fuck at night, and you don't have to walk all the way back to your tent. Let me just give you another little like side story, a little anecdote for you. They separate all the tents at Bonnaroo, they call them pods, and there's like 10 pods, and like pod 10 is really far away, and pod 1 is like right there, like right by the venue. And so it's just like up to chance kind of, or when you get in the line, depending on which pod you get in. And so we were literally in this like spare field, like next to pod 10, all the way at the back of the field, literally as far away from the venue as you could possibly get. It was probably like a mile and a half each way to like walk to the venue and back. Be prepared to walk very, very far. But yeah, our tent was so far away. And funny story, I literally saved up $300. Actually, I didn't. I used $300 for my graduation money, and I bought myself a GoPro in order to like film, like get some cool angles and like really easily film at Bonnaroo and whatnot. So I like am super excited, got it all charged up, ready to go in. First day, day 1, super hype to like go in and film and enjoy my time and see my artists. And I go in and they're checking my bag, and they pull out the GoPro. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, you can't like bring this in. And I'm like what do you mean I cannot bring my GoPro in? Like, what? So, I walked my happy ass all the way back to my tent, a mile and a half, and back, probably 2 to 3 miles in all, and I put my GoPro back, and I came back, and I enjoyed the rest of my day, but don't bring a GoPro. That's just a handy little tip, because they're not allowed. Right now, we're going to focus on things to bring. Definitely bring a shit ton of, like, battery phone chargers, and have them all charged up when you go. Don't use them at all before, because you cannot run your car very much during the day, honestly, because it's bad for the cars, and you don't want to waste your battery, and you don't want to waste your gas. And so the more of these phone chargers that you have, like, honestly, like, I would go and find some cheap little ones and get like 6 or 7 of them, honestly. Or get like the really nice ones that have like 5 charges on them, because they did sell this thing like for $30. They gave you a phone battery, and you could charge it, like turn it in for a like full one every day. You could turn one in, they'd give you tokens, and then you got to like keep the charger and whatnot, which was cool, but it wasn't super dependable, because sometimes I would take the token in and get the like thing to charge it, and it would only give my phone like 30% charge, like 50% charge, and it was like, like, you guys promised me a full charge, but I mean, like, whatever. So yeah, bring lots of phone chargers. Like I said, bring extra money, because everything is expensive as fuck. Like, the food is twice as expensive as it normally would be. The merch is obviously pretty expensive, although I found some really good deals on some different little like articles of clothing. But you'll find places where they'll have like deals and bargains, and people who are willing to like barter with you, and so like keep an eye out for that. As soon as you see something you want, don't immediately buy it, because there's so many vendors around the festival. So like make sure you're like looking around, because there could be a better deal. So the last day is probably when you're going to want to get all your shit. My last little thing that you should bring, I would definitely invest in a fanny pack, because although the people at Bonnaroo are amazing and respectful and wonderful and awesome, you still don't know these people, and so, you know, you never know. Like, people could be pickpocketing, they could be grabbing your shit, so when you have it right in front of you, it just, like, helps, you know, to keep track of everything. I was literally opening my fanny pack, like, all of the time to make sure all my shit was in there and nobody was, like, trying to take it or anything, and that really like soothed my nerves too. Also, when you're like jumping and dancing and like headbanging and doing all your shit, it's nice to just have that weight like right here versus like bouncing on your back. And then I have a couple tips that like aren't about bringing things. So obviously stay hydrated, that's really important. They have like water filling stations, and they are really good about like encouraging people to like stay hydrated and whatnot. Sorry, I'm like checking my hair. So focus on that, especially if you're not, participating in some recreational activities. Make sure you drink your water, pretty easy. Just like a bottle every couple of hours, super simple. And also definitely bring like a bottle to like refill, because literally the bottles of water are like $4. The like cups of lemonade are like $5. Like they are overcharging the fuck out of everything just because they can. Not that I like blame them or anything, but like just a heads up. I think my last tip is don't be afraid to split up. On my first night, maybe first or second night, I did go off by myself, and I just kind of like, it was four nights. It was 4 nights, yes. So my third night was the best night of my life, and the second night I went off by myself because everybody else was kind of like not feeling it, and they kind of wanted to just go to sleep, and I was like, you know what, like I just want to wander around. And I mean, like, I felt safe, I felt like I was among friends. I kept meeting different people, and I would like hang out with a couple of people here and talk to them, and then I would go and like find another group of people and talk to them, and everyone was just so like willing to make friends and willing to talk to me and willing to hang out. And so like, don't be afraid to split up. Don't be afraid to like leave your group or go off in little groups in your group. Like, I went off with Zach a bunch of times. I went off with Emily a little bit. Like, we all just kind of like did our thing, because I think it's really important at stuff like this, especially when like big artists are playing and different people, like different groups. Everybody wants to see who they want to see, and so you can't like put a emphasis on staying together when everybody may want different things. In my personal opinion, I would encourage your group to like go see who they want to see, and if you want to do it together, cool. If you want to do it alone and no one else wants to do it with you, you know what, that's cool too. So just don't stress. Like, that's really important. Don't stress out about the little things. Like, enjoy Bonnaroo, enjoy your time, because it's only 4 days a year, and it is amazing. I am going back next year. Maybe, hopefully, we've been talking about like saving up and getting VIP tickets, because you get like front access, like gate access for all of the artists when you have VIP. So we got to talk about that, but all in all, this was the most amazing trip of my life. It was fantastic, phenomenal, incredible, amazing, wonderful, just overall perfect. It was a perfect trip. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you at Bonnaroo next year. For more festival-y, montage-y, vlog-y videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become my best friend. Go ahead, like, comment, and love yourself. Like, comment, and love yourself. That's just going to be the new motto of my videos. So I hope you're having an amazing day, an amazing night, an amazing life, and now I'm done rambling and I'm gonna go. Bye!